Alright, it's finally time for inverted first kiln. It's it's the final map, as far as I know. It's the final achievement, and we're starting at the bottom of the first kiln. I'm gonna start a little bit wild, just go a little crazy with it, immediately die in the process. But you gotta start crazy. Because if you don't have a little bit of crazy in your run, are you really having fun? Well, I guess, yes. You can have lots of fun without being crazy. But not me. I need a little craziness in my life. Now, obviously, this is the first kiln, so it's probably going to be infinitely harder than what we've done up to this point. Or at least infinitely harder than the last inverted map. Which is fine. I mean, the last inverted map, honestly, was super easy. We beat it in, what, like 4 tries? 5 tries or something like that? And most of the difficulty was trying to figure out where to go in that first starting part. And once we figured that out, I literally beat it first try after figuring out where to go after that dark drop down. I think I just heard the centipede. Maybe I'm just being paranoid again. Not really many options to go places here. But we found one of them, one of the 2 options we had, we made it to. It's quite sketchy. Okay, we are on... Is this the good side or the bad side? I guess it doesn't matter in inverted mode. But in regular mode, there was one side that was doable, and the other side was... I mean, not really doable. But this one seems good. It's even got a little hidden heal in this room, which is nice. Off to a great start. Now, obviously, the percentage for inverted first kiln is much lower than any other achievement in the game. However, I think that may be largely in part due to a couple factors, particularly that, again, like I said in the last episode, people already know some of the strats because it was originally on itch.io. So it's not all super new information. That was super sketchy, but like, I didn't have a choice. Anyways, it's not super new information in terms of the regular first kill mode, but inverted is obviously all new, and so it's possible that the reason it's lower percentage is because people that liked itch.io 1 got onto this one, and then beat what they knew how to play, and then they just stopped playing. Which makes sense, because a lot of people aren't crazy into new challenges. Now, personally, I obviously love new challenges. I'm playing inverted this mode. But you would think that the people that have already beaten first kill mode would also want to play this mode. Because, I mean, you've already invested so much effort, right? Might as well finish it off. But there's also probably a lot of people that don't even know that the inverted thing got added. I'm not sure what the timeline is, or when it got added to the game. So it's possible that they just played it when it first released, because they played it on itch.io, and then they just didn't know that this was added to the game. And that's probably a portion of the community. And then there's some other reason that I don't remember, but it was definitely in my brain at one point or another. Let me think. This does not look like it's the way to go, I'm not gonna lie. Hopefully the centipede doesn't come too soon. But, There's gotta be another reason. There was definitely two reasons when I started this conversation in my head. I just don't remember. Okay, here we go. We gotta... Oh my god, it's this spot. It's the part where you get stuck at the bottom and then you don't know where to go. And I, frankly, am still confused, but I'm gonna go into the middle. Because I think this is the correct way. I don't want to get stuck. Okay, yeah, I'm glad I went in the middle, because if I went the other way, I would have gotten stuck, just like I did before. Centipede is here, so I'm going to wait a second for him to come over to me. He's really going to puppy guard? Really? Okay, no, he's just thinking, he's just thinking. Oh, I must be swinging between, like, two of his objective points that he thinks he can get to me at. But he can grab my hook now. Oh, right! I forgot to mention, the centipedes can grab your hook now. Which is all kinds of messed up. But, yeah. If you aren't careful, and you're not watching where the centipedes are, if they get to your hook, which they can target now, they can chomp it off the wall, and you might just end up free-falling to your death. Which... I assume he put it into the game because of the ability that the player had to essentially just dangle and lure the centipede somewhere, and then it kind of mitigated any of the pressure of the centipedes. Because anytime you're really stuck, you could just find a ledge protruding from something, and then... whew, and then just kind of dangle and think up what you want to do, where you want to go, make a plan. And so he said, no, no more. You can dangle, you can lure the centipedes, but if you do it too much, then they will bite off your hook. They will find it, and they will watch you fall to your death, essentially. Which is, honestly, I think good for the game. Oh, that looked like it was going to slip off. But, no, I think it's honestly good for the game. Because it prevents what is more or less a cheese. Fortunately, I have not been doing that, like, at all. I did it a little bit at the very start, you guys saw, when I was waiting to drop into the hole in the middle. However, what you guys didn't see, because I kept cutting it out, was I had essentially learned that as long as I'm fast enough... Jesus Christ. He must have just spawned there, because he was absolutely not there a second ago. Oh no! Ow, my legs! That hurt, but it's okay. You see, you really do see the centipede and just start panicking. What was I even talking about? Right. I learned that if I'm fast enough at the start, I can just drop down into the hole, and the centipedes just can't catch up to me, as long as I know where I'm going, which obviously I did figure out where I was going. I had done that path so many times. This is like high-key the hardest part of the game right here. These annoying, like, vertical pillars were just, like, horrible to traverse. But going inverted, oh, it does seem a little bit more manageable because I've got, like, platforms to land on. This was a bad idea. Oh my god, that was very close to me smashing my face. Did you hear that? Okay, that was just the sound of my rope. False alarm, everybody, false alarm. But no, as long as you know what you're doing, you're going fast, which means I was never really too worried about hanging my hook and waiting for them. I just wasn't really doing that. This is like super sketch, but I'm gonna do it anyways because it looks possible, and it was in fact possible. Oh, I know where I am. This is the other side of that hook, which means, yeah, there's a platform right below me, and then there's trees, and then there's the long vertical pillar, which should actually theoretically be about the same in both modes. fortunately. That was stupid. I don't know why I did that, but I did. And yeah, this is the big pillar. This should be pretty easy to climb down. And, oh fuck. Okay, fortunately I am at a big center pillar. He has like no way to get to me, but he did just spawn in like on top of me, which is very daunting. And I'm nervous that if I don't go fast enough, he is going to match my pace. Which sounds fine because he can't reach me, but it's actually not fine because he is going to be able to immediately get on the inside once I reach this. Fortunately, it does seem like I kind of lost him. Oh, fuck. Okay. We do need to climb. I hear the centipede. Please don't be right below me. Oh my god, this is so sketchy. Oh my god, he's literally right next to me. I almost missed my hook. If I missed my hook, there was a very real chance I just dropped off and died. Or waited too long and then the centipede bit me. But oh my god, I somehow managed. Somehow we managed. By Michael Scott. I have nowhere to go. I'm supposed to be on the edges. Oh my god, he's gonna bite my hook! Oh my god, I didn't put two and two together. Ow! Oh my god, I'm alive. I caught the tree branch. I can't even speak anymore. I'm thinking about cheese or something, I don't know. Thinking about brie. There's nowhere I have to just drop and pray that I don't take any damage. Let me swing this way, so I'm at least in a safe spot. Oh! Okay, no damage was taken. It's so sketchy to drop this, but I'm gonna do it. Ah! Oh my god, my HP is so low. Where's the HP? Oh my god, there it is. Get me HP, please. Oh my god, this is so close. I'm so close to dying here, bro. I'm not even gonna risk dropping such a small height, bro. I know it's not gonna do any damage to me, but like, I just don't trust, bro. I need to conserve as much HP as I can. I keep hearing the centipedes. I don't know if it's in my head. I feel like I'm going insane. Okay. I've got my composure. And frankly, we're doing incredibly good. We're doing really well. Oh my god, he spawned in right next to me again. And this is the part of the game where you can get stuck, I think. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. I'm cooked. Guys, I'm cooked. It's over for me. It's over for me. I need to catch something. Okay. Great first run. Great first run, I gotta say. That was an excellent first run. That part of the game was near the end. Okay. That was technically not my first run, because I did just kill myself the first run. Clutch, clutch. I did technically kill myself the first run, but that was my first real run, and guys, that run was so good. We almost beat it. We almost made it to the start section. That hole that we died on was the hole leading up to literally the start of the map. So first try, literally beat like 80 to 90% of the entire map. That's ridiculously good. This is the part where I have two small tiny options and they both suck. Not at all surprised I died there, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it was only a matter of time before I died at that spot. So dying there on my third try, honestly, acceptable. Acceptable reality. Hopefully I don't die there again. I feel like it's just a very, very precise section. And honestly, it's kind of the hardest. This is a crazy thing to say, but it's kind of the hardest part in the entire inverted thing. Now, I haven't finished it yet, but I do know the first kiln, so I feel like there's not really much more that could be harder than that, because it's just such a tiny jump. Now, the part that I died at, that part obviously is after you drop in the main hole. Then you're supposed to climb down the edge of the wall and then walk through the middle, which is problematic because there's like a very specific route down. I'm gonna die here. Let's go. 2 for 3. We take that. But yeah, there's a very specific route down, and if you miss it, then there's a very real likelihood that you end up... Oh, come on. Don't tell me I'm getting locked out of this HP, bro. Okay, there we go. That was a trick shot. There's a very real chance that you get locked out of climbing onto the edge of the wall unless you're in the exact correct spot to go down. That was like the first little real hurdle of the first kiln, was figuring out where the hell to go from there. Oh, God. I'm crazy. I'm crazy. What can I say? But yeah. I'm gonna have to relearn that section upside down, and I don't know where I'm entering it from. So it's just innately confusing. I'm gonna have to like relearn that whole section of the map. Hopefully it doesn't take me too long. Hopefully I can just get there and then figure it out after like 1 or 2 tries, including the one that I just did. So theoretically, the next time I get there, hopefully I can just be good and not have to worry about it. Sorry, I'm locked in. I was so locked in doing that. I do want to get to the middle so I can get that heal. Took a little bit of fall damage, but I honestly do not care because I'm at max HP. And again, I said it when we first got there, but the hardest part of the game, in my opinion, those vertical pillar section, that vertical pillar section, way, way infinitely easier in inverted mode, just for the fact that... Oh! Just for the fact that it's just so much wider, the platform to land on. But then, we got to that upside down part, with the pillar in the middle, and I don't know what I was talking about, but what I was thinking about was that those thicker platforms that are usually quite easy to land on were actually the harder ones because they were thick at the top and then they thinned out at the bottom, which was interesting. But no, I mean, it seems pretty good so far. Oh my god, oh my god. These like vertical downward pillars, they confused my eyes. I genuinely thought that they added up together to be a centipede, and it was like right next to me in my hook, and I was very scared. But no, it's just my head playing tricks on me again. This game kind of would suck to play if you have like paranoia. Because I do not, and I am seeing centipedes everywhere. I'm conjuring them. That's a real centipede. So I'm gonna have to go a bit faster, a bit sketchier. This is probably also one of the hardest parts in the game. Not because it's super difficult, but because it forces you to take your time and aim on these little blocks, which in and of itself is fine. But the real problem with it is that if a centipede spawns as you're doing this, you have to be quite rushed, which does not meld well with an area that makes you go slow. Oh, that was bad, but it worked out. And the worst part about it is that since it's so thin there for such a relatively extended period of time, if a centipede spawns underneath you, you're essentially just cooked. Fortunately, I was able to get out of there before that centipede spawned. And this section is pretty quick, so I should be able to get a good lead on that centipede. I don't know how I didn't smack my face into the wall there and take any damage, but we take it. And for our second run, we're doing even better than before. Which is awesome. It is expected. I guess fourth run, technically. Second real run, though. And we're doing excellent, which I'm really happy about. Here we're at the hardest part in the game, which is somehow now not hard at all. Thanks to the way that these vertical pillars are crafted. Doing this. Uh-oh. I don't know what my hook bounced off of. But I'm kind of salty about it. But it's fine. It's fine. It is the hardest part of the game in normal mode, so it's only right that I die there at least once in inverted mode. And again, I think I just need to be a bit more careful. I think I risked when I really didn't need to risk, and it cost me everything. It cost me everything. It cost me one run, but you know what I'm saying.